Jurgen Klinsmann calls his camp, Landon Donovan lends a helping hand, and the Goonies never say die. Next on The Daily. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of The Daily. It's Plaid Shirt Monday here with Andrew Wiebe. I'm Nick Fershaw. We're going to start with the U.S. national team call-ups. 23 guys called into camp for that US-Mexico friendly on Wednesday. Andrew, among the 23, there are 10 MLSers in this camp. And the big story, a lot of those European-based veterans out on this one. They're in preseason form or they have injuries. Makes way for a lot of newcomers, 10 guys from MLS. What do you make of the roster?
Yeah, the big question now is how those guys are going to respond to what has to be one of the most challenging environments in the world at Estadio Azteca. Of course, you said it. The guys in Europe, a lot of them have trouble getting guys released at this point of the year, especially for a friendly. Coaches in the beginning of their preseason preparations not especially happy to let guys go. So you see guys like Matt Beasler, Steven Badischer, Alan Gordon, guys get chances. It'll be interesting to see how they do. Of course, they've earned that opportunity here in MLS. How will that translate on the international level, though?
Certainly a tricky fixture date. Landon Donovan said as much, said a lot of players don't really like this fixture date, considering that the European guys can't get called in and MLS guys have other things at play. Some of the other names called into this camp, guys like Jeff Cameron and Breck Shea back in camp. He's going to miss a game for FC Dallas. But certainly an olive branch of sorts reached out by Jurgen Klinsmann to Breck Shea. Again, that game Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2 and Univision. You can find complete coverage on MLSsoccer.com. Well, Landon Donovan, one of the players called into Jurgen Klinsmann's camp for Wednesday's game, but he was busy on Sunday night with the LA Galaxy. A 4-0 win over Chivas USA in the last installment this season of the Super Clasico. Landon Donovan, 4 assists in this game, ties an MLS record.
Yeah, absolutely dominating performance by the LA Galaxy. On the flip side, maybe just as pathetic from Chivas USA. It's unfortunate to say, but the defense simply shambolic at times. 4 guys in the box, Robbie Keane goes in, gets a touch, easy finish, and it just keeps going from there. Landon Donovan, as you said, the creator. Another note from this match, Omar Gonzalez finally gets his first goal back. We're starting to see the Galaxy start rolling. Questionable how much you can take away from this game. Of course, it's at home, even though it was a Chivas USA home game, but got to watch out for them as it comes down the stretch. No David Beckham in this one either.
2 other games from Sunday night. The New England Revolution go down at home to the Montreal Impact, and the Chicago Fire get a big 3-1 win on the road over the Philadelphia Union. The bad news for the Fire here, though, Marco Papa, the Guatemalan winger, has been a star for them for years. Looks like he's on his way out at the end of the 2012 season. Dutch club Heerenveen has announced they have signed Marco Papa for next season. Well, the 2 teams from last week's U.S. Open Cup final, the Seattle Sounders and Sporting Kansas City, were back in action on Saturday night. I'll give you a choice for the bigger result here. The Seattle Sounders going down at the San Jose Earthquakes, or Sporting Kansas City defending their turf once again, this time against DC United.
A huge home result for Sporting KC, but I'm going to have to go with San Jose's win at home. That's the one that has real big supporters shield implications. San Jose, that schedule is going to get a little bit easier down the line. They've got a lot of home games, some teams there at the bottom of the table, and it looked like in this one, Buckshot Magic was going to run out. Freddie Montero with that extra time goal. Looked like a draw was in the cards for the Sounders, but you just can't ever count out the Earthquakes at home. Steven Linhart off that Shea Salinas corner kick, 2-1, game over. They celebrate once again. They are in the pole position for Supporters Shield now.
Same as it ever was for the San Jose Earthquakes. And on the flip side, Sporting Kansas City, Graham Zusi comes back from that performance at the U.S. Open Cup. He caught some criticism for that final game against the Sounders, came back with a goal and an assist in the big win over DC United. That does it for us. We're going to get out of here. Make sure you catch the latest edition of Extra Time Radio. The podcast comes out on Monday. Find that on iTunes, Buzzsprout, and Stitcher Radio. And for all the highlights from this weekend's games, log on to MLSsoccer.com.